Hey, so I want to cover the function of logistic regression. So it's actually y hat is equal to the sigmoid, right? And let me do it better. Sigmoid, and we'll do some different color. Sigmoid, and if you remember, sigmoid is actually equal to the function we covered in the previous video, which is between 1 and 0. So it's like this being 0, and this being 1. So it's the sigmoid of the parameters W transpose X plus B, right? Um, Now this is, if you're familiar with linear regression, this is actually pretty similar to linear regression, right? But we're just taking the sigmoid of that, making it logistic regression, and our parameters are going to be W transpose and B. And parameters are what are modified to optimize to give us better predictions, right? So these are gonna allow us to make predictions. And X is obviously our random variable. Or yeah, you can call it that. And yeah, we're actually gonna vectorize these. So some information you should know is that why we're taking the transpose is because y is actually the element of some real number to the n, and it's an n by x dimensional matrix, and b is actually just a real number, right? It's just a element of a real number. And the reason we take the transpose of W is because if W is, let's say, a matrix of this, and X is equal to a matrix of this. If you're familiar with vectors and matrices, we can't take the dot product of this. We can't take the dot product of two column vectors. These are column vectors, right? So we can't take the dot product of those. We have to actually transpose this. So now this becomes a row vector. So now we're able to take the dot product of this. And you see W times X. So now it's W transpose times X plus B, which is obviously just constant.